I recently got a Lamy Logo and love it. Can you recommend any other pens that are similar in thickness? I have quite small hands and that aren't too heavy. Thanks for everything you do and your team do. You're very welcome. Okay, so Lamy Logo. So the one that I have here is the Twilight, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on you because it'll be easier to see the pens. So kind of squat down a bit. So I won't do the cover thing that I had a couple weeks ago, but this is the Lamy Logo. So it's a very thin pen. Not unlike the Lamy CP1. The CP1 is actually even thinner than the Logo. It gives you a little bit of an idea, just the difference between the two. Not massively different pens, just some slight different design tweaks. To me personally, the Lamy CP1, like, I just don't like it. It's too thin for my hands. A lot of people love it though, so I would definitely recommend the CP1, no question. For you. If you already like the Logo, you can swap the nibs in between the two. Could be some really good stuff. Another pen that you might like, this is a much cheaper pen, but the Daiso pen, sometimes known as the Daiso dollar pen. But it's an inexpensive pen. We sell them in a 2-pack with a white and a silver. Similar in size to the Logo. The grip actually might even be a little bit thinner. So if you like that one, it's very lightweight as well, so you can check that one out. The Monteverde Limonada. A lot of these thin pens are snap caps because not enough room to cut the threads. But very thin pen. The grip is actually even thinner than the Logo, but also fairly lightweight, maybe a little bit heavier than the Logo. But that's might be worth checking out. Some interesting colors too. Little bit of a different look to it, but the Kaweco Classic or the Ice Sport, really any of the Kaweco Sports. It's going to be, comparable, maybe just a hair thicker than the Logo, but very lightweight, relatively thin, especially on the body. The cap gets a little bit thicker, but the body is pretty thin, so you can check that one out. This one is not one that I sell, but it's a somewhat popular Waterman Hemisphere. Also fairly light, I feel like everything I'm saying is fairly light and kind of thin. That's why I'm showing them to you. So a little bit different style. Again, most of these are metal pens, believe it or not, even though they're fairly light, very thin metals. So you can check out the Hemisphere. What else have I got here? I'm gonna divert just a little bit. Those are some of the thinnest ones. Now I'm gonna get into slightly thicker, but still somewhat comparable ones. I have the Pilot Prera, or the Pilot Metropolitan. The Metropolitan gets a little on the heavier side, which I actually don't have my Metropolitan like at the ready here. I've got it tucked away in my bag. But the Prera is gonna be the same nib as a Metropolitan, but plastic body, grip section is just a hair thicker than the Logo, but it's pretty much there. Platinum Cool or Platinum Balance has got a grip that's about the size of the Logo, and overall the pen is fairly light too. A couple different color options, including a demonstrator. And then getting up a little bit more in price even, on the Pelikan, their thinnest model, the M200, well, I don't know if it's the thinnest ever, but the thinnest that they regularly available is the M200, and the M400 is a gold nib on the same, kind of body of the pen. Pretty thin grip section as well, so you can check out the M200, and then the last one that I had to mention to you today is the Pilot E95S. Now this is a very different style, and it's got kind of a tapered grip, but it's overall fairly thin, kind of comparable to the Logo. So a lot of good pens here for you to check them out. I'm generally not a fan of pretty much any of these except for the E95S. I think I'm going to take this E95S. I keep showing it in so many videos, and it's such a unique pen. And the extra fine nib is quite soft, and you can get a little bit of line variation on it. So I think I might take that one and just not give it back. I grabbed it off the shelf to show it in the video, and I think I might just not put it back. So we'll see. I'll tell the team, obviously, and pay for it and all that good stuff. Anyway, so that's your thin pens.